Well, we're back with Charlie Lane, and I was taking some notes while I was listening to your scene because I am curious about how other authors go about their creativity. And the first thing I noticed was she's reading a 19th century novel, or possibly 18th century. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 18th
Um,
century.
so this is obviously your area of expertise. How do you feel like that? Like, do you draw on that a lot for your creative process? How does that fit in?
I would it fits in everywhere. I don't know if I consciously draw on it for as part of my creative process, but my brain is like a battlefield of 18th and 19th century allusions and just random information. And so it's kind of always up there a little bit. And I guess that in some ways it makes some of the things easier to write because I have a constant sort of well to pull from when these characters are having conversations of sort of the cultural background, because the authors were really the poets. Those were the rock stars of the day. You know, those are the people that the as well as like the peerage, the were
The celebrity.
the famous folk, yeah,
Yeah.
who were in the tabloids, who people were talking about, who were also creating the philosophical ideas that the regular person was either vibing with or pushing against. So
Mhm.
not consciously, but it's always up there.
Yeah. Well, I know Jane Austen is often pulled upon as one of like the mothers of romance, but modern romance is actually maybe more influenced by Georgette Hare or whatever. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, yes, such a great question. I agree with you, absolutely. Jane Austen was especially and actually I would equate our contemporary romance more with Jane Austen and what Jane Austen was doing, because she was writing contemporary stories, satires. Our contemporary romance has less satire, social satire, than her books did. But definitely, while historical romance is now inspired by Austen, that's not at all what what she was setting out to do with that. So I would absolutely agree with you that Georgette Heyer is much more of the mother of historical romance than Jane Austen is, but that Jane Austen has since, especially with the film adaptations, become so wrapped up in what we think of when we think of historical romance that we can't now disentangle her.
Yeah, I feel like she has created a lot of character archetypes, but the
Mhm.
plot elements aren't there in her books where we've done completely different stuff plot
Yeah,
wise.
yeah,
She's not steamy.
absolutely.